Hello Cloud Gurus and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture we're going to look at our simple routing policy. So simple routing policy is basically where you can only have one record with multiple IP addresses. And if you specify multiple values in a record, Route 53 returns all values to the user in a random order. So we've got our user, they're making a DNS request to Route 53, and we've got two IP addresses in here. Our first is 30.0.0.1, our second is 30.0.0.2, and basically Route 53 just picks these in random orders. Let's go over to the AWS console and see this in action. I'm in the AWS console. Now you may just want to go over to EC2 and write down your three different IP addresses. I've already done that. I've pasted them into my clipboard. Once you have done that, let's go over to our networking, go over to Route 53. We're going to go into our hosted zone and you can click in here and we can go to our record sets. And what we're going to do is create a record set and we're going to just leave this as the zone apex or naked domain name. So it's just going to be hellocloudgurus2019.com. And in here, we can change the type. So we can do CNAMEs, MX records, quadruple A records, TXT, PTR, SRVs, SPF, NAPTA, CAA, and then name servers as well. And we can see our NS records over here, and you'll note that Amazon always give you different top-level domains. So in case that .co.uk goes down, we still have .org and .net and .com. So we do, but it's going to be very unlikely that all four of those are going to go down at the same time unless there's some kind of war or something. So what we're going to do is we're just going to paste in our IP addresses in here. It says enter multiple addresses on separate lines. So in here I've got my Sydney server, my Ohio server, and my Irish server. And then all I'm going to do is go ahead and hit create. And that has now created it. So let's go over and test this. So in here I'm just going to write hellocloudgurus2019.com. And there we go, we've hit the Irish web server. Now, if I refresh that, it's going to stay on the Irish web server. And this is DNS in action. Essentially, what's happened is my browser has cached a IP address to hellocloudgurus2019.com, and it's just going to that IP. If I go back to Route 53, we can change this behavior by lowering our TTL to 1 minute. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and hit Save Record Set. Now, it's going to take me about 6 minutes for this to change. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so I'm just going to refresh now, and there you go, we've hit the Ohio web server. And if I continue to refresh, it's just going to stay on Ohio until my TTL clears it from my cache. Something you can do to speed this up is you can go ahead and flush your DNS. The commands vary between Windows and Mac. It's very easy to Google. So you can just go into the command or into your terminal window and flush your DNS as well, and then you can see this in action. So onto my exam tips. Just remember what a simple routing policy is. It's basically the simplest one that you can get. You only have one record in your DNS and it has multiple IP addresses. And if you specify multiple IP addresses, Route 53 is going to return all the values to a user in a random order. So that's it for this lecture, guys. If you've got any questions, please let me know. If not, feel free to move on to the next lecture. Thank you.